Welcome back to the show, everybody. Thank you for joining us here. It is Friday, the 17th of December. You're tuned in to Inside Out Busan on 90.5 and 103.3 FM. Welcome to BeFM. 부산 영어 방송입니다. 반갑습니다. Happy Friday. I'm your host, Laura McCluskey, 7:29 on the clock. It's time for Open Studio, which is our Friday segment where we invite fantastic citizens of Busan into the studio to talk about their lives. And today we've got some very special guests. Hello!
Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh, okay, let's do that one more time. Very special guest, hello!
Hey!
Hey! There we go. It's a Friday night, everybody. Some would say it's a Friday.
Ooh.
No? We don't like that? No? Okay, let's move on immediately. Today we're going to meet special guests from the International School of Busan, and they're here to talk eco-action. They're going to talk about the EcoClub at the school and also a very big beach cleanup project that was recently featured in quite a lot of news I was aware of. So why don't we go around? Let's introduce yourselves and who you are and what you do. Brent, I'm going to start with you.
All right, my name is Brent Johnson. I teach psychology and theory of knowledge at the International School of Busan, and I am also the eco coordinator.
And what does that mean?
That means I coordinate all things eco. So organizing all the things related to environmental friendliness, one of our initiatives this year. Just making sure that things happen, making sure things get done, helping out, offering support in my time, keeping things really organized. Yeah,
love it. Thank you so much. Let's move to Jill, who is on my left right here. Let me turn around to see you.
Okay, hello, everybody. My name's Jill Vaughan, and I'm the science teacher at ISB, and I have a special interest in the environment. And we've been doing beach cleanups for the last 6 years.
So you've been spearheading that, or like the events for the last 6 years?
Yes, except last year with COVID, so we didn't manage to do one last year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to get into that in a second. Before we do, let's go to my third and final guest, Shia. Hi.
Hello. My name is Shia Lynn Johnson, and I'm in 7th grade at ISB. And also a member of the EcoClub.
And you speak so well, and I'm very excited to hear you talk about this because you are a young lady that has so many achievements under her belt. So we're going to hear about that a little bit later as well. Brent, I'm going to come back to you. First of all, it's so nice to have you all here in the studio. So thank you for giving us your precious time on a Friday night. I'd love to know more about the ISB EcoClub. So what is it? Why did you start? What are your objectives? Tell us everything.
All right. First of all, thank you for having us. The ISB EcoClub is a group of like-minded students that care about the environment. They want to make change in the school and the school community. We actually have 3 eco clubs at the school. We have one in the elementary, we have one for the middle school, and we also have one in the high school. For this year, these students are charged with obtaining the prestigious Eco School Green Flag Award. This is an award that demonstrates that we as a school are trying to do things more environmentally. We are trying to become more aware. We're trying to show that we care. We're trying to put our money where our mouth is, basically to put things into action. Yeah. And these eco clubs are leading the way.
And what kind of things, just to kind of piggyback off of that, what kind of action are you taking at the school in this, pursuit of the Green Flag Award?
Well, we currently have quite a few things going on. We have the beach cleanups. We have the middle school is doing recycling. Shia will later on tell you about composting that they're trying to do. We're doing some things with trying to minimize the energy use at the school, the water use. So we're collecting data on that and then taking action, and then we're going to reflect on our action to see if we actually accomplish some of our goals. So it's really about being student-led. A huge part of it is that it's not teachers doing these things, because ultimately we have to put students in the position to learn how to be organized and to have a goal and to, sometimes we're going to fail, but at the same time, sometimes we're going to find successes. And the school is very supportive. We have resources available. And really, it's just we're waiting on the students to tell us what they want to do instead of run by adults.
I love that. And it's also, it's something that all school levels can do, right. Whether it's elementary or whether it's, coming through the middle and the big kids and the little kids.
Sure.
If you want. All right, Jill, I'm going to move on to you because recently, now this was featured in the press, middle and high school students at ISB participated in your beach cleanup project. Now, you told us just a moment ago, you've done it for 3 years, except obviously last year because of COVID. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
All right, so it's spearheaded by the science department. So what we do is at the end of November every year, each class goes to Songjon Beach, actually not to the beach, but to the rocky shore. Mm-hmm. And they spend about 3/4 of an hour cleaning up. Mm-hmm. And they put all the rubbish into 100-litre sacks and bring them back to school, and the Gijang municipality take them away for us.
Yeah. So what about this year? Tell us what were some of the big takeaways from this year?
Well, I think the biggest challenges that we face is that the bags are expensive.
Really?
So it costs the school for us to actually clear up the trash.
So you have to pay to clear up the trash, basically?
We do.
Oh.
And I think each bag costs 4,600 won.
That's quite expensive.
Yes.
That's expensive.
I think we went through 100 bags this year.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So basically the cleanup, it's a competition, right?
Yes, between the classes.
Okay, so what happens between the classes?
Well, they each collect for 3/4 of an hour, and then we weigh the trash, and then the winning class has a pizza party.
So you know what? That's going to spur everybody on to pick up more trash. Pizza party, ice cream party, I'm in. You have me at pizza. Yeah, it must be really difficult. What were some of the successes? I know the challenges, of course, technically you've got to pay to pick up the trash. What about the successes and the real moments of yes?
Well, I think it was amazing to see the beach at the beginning of the week and at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Because it was so much better by the end. And in fact, the kids had trouble finding trash.
By the end of it? Oh, that's good. That's a good thing. So how much was collected in total?
730 kilograms.
That's a lot of trash. That is a lot of trash. Oh, my goodness. Shia, I'm going to move to you because you were out there. You were part of this, being in grade 7. What were some of the strangest or most surprising or shocking things that you and the teams managed to collect?
Well, most of the trash was actually fishing gear and styrofoam. Mm-hmm. But some interesting things where there was shoes there. There were masks laying around, and some disgusting things where there was used diapers and plastic bags with dog poo in them.
And someone just throws that on the beach. Why would you just throw that on the beach? That's really strange. But I'm going to stay with you. How was it as a team building event? How was it as, an action event to give back to the community? How was it for you?
It was really fun, and I get to be with my friends and pick up trash, and it was fun to be competing against the other classes to see, and we were all trying to pick up the heaviest thing to put in our bags so we could win.
Do you try and pick up some rocks? This is definitely trash, guys. This looks like trash to me. Who was the winners? Were you one of the winners?
Unfortunately, we weren't one of the winners. I think the 8th graders got in total, they got the most trash. Mm-hmm. And we also did on average each person, and the 9th graders won that.
Okay. So by grade, 8th grade, by person, on average, 9th grade.
Yeah.
7th grade, come on. Next year, you'll be 8th grade by then. That'll be fine. All right, let me move back to Brent. Now, this cleanup, Brent, is part of a bigger picture, including the EcoClub.
Right.
And it's called Service as Action. Now, what does that mean? Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, as the name says, we want students to offer themselves to the school, to the community, and we know that learning can't be only in the classroom, that learning can't be only about facts. It has to be about doing something. It has to be about taking action. We know that experiential learning is probably one of the most profound types of learning. So putting students in the position to make decisions, to see the successes of their decisions, to really connect to the community, to really do something important. So by the time they're graduating, will they remember all the content that they learned at school? And we don't know. But, teaching them those skills to care about something, to care about somebody else, and to do something about it, I think that is what we as a school are trying to do. In fact, I think that might be one of our main goals for next year is services action, because ultimately we know it's probably one of the most important things we can do, especially given the uncertain nature of the world, of how in 5 years things will change so much. So given the skills to tackle world problems, because if we let them leave school and not know how to do these types of things, it's that's on us as educators.
Yeah, absolutely. And as parents, as older generations as well, if we let the younger generations go out unprepared to face these challenges that are very clearly, needing to be dealt with right now,
right,
then that's our failure.
Sure. And, responsibility is, you have to learn how to be responsible. A parent might say, well, you need to be responsible, but ultimately, when you are put in the position to be responsible, that's when you're learning to be responsible. And, these kind of service action components, we have a lot of them. It goes way beyond our beach cleanups and the Green Flag Award. It's really at the heart of what we're trying to do at the school, and this is just one simple part of that.
So services action, that also includes things like fundraisers for neighbours in need, etc. And I know that the ISB is doing something called the Angel Tree as well. Does anyone want to tell me about what the Angel Tree is, just while we're on services action, just briefly?
Shia, would you like to?
So the Angel Tree is, so our school is connected to the orphanage. What's it called? The orphanage?
I think it's Park A1 orphanage. Yeah.
And we donate money to our homeroom teacher, and the homeroom, and we each pick a toy or a present that the people in the orphanage want, and we buy it for them, and then we give it to the orphanage.
Yeah. And that's just another example of the many different things that you do as students over at the school to be part of the community, to connect, to give back, and to really give without expectation of receiving. Except the pizza party, but I don't mean the pizza party. So, Brent, what kind of eco-action projects are you planning in the future? I'm going to open that to Brent and Shia as well.
So I'm going to let Shia answer that one, because I think what I want to convey is that these are very, very much student-oriented. So, of course, Jill is a supervisor of one of the clubs. We have quite a few supervisors, but ultimately it's the student's decision, and we need them to know that it's your decision. So everything that we do eco-related, especially in terms of the clubs, it runs through the students. So it's in a club it could be, you tell me what we're doing. So a couple of weeks ago we did a environmental audit. So we looked at all things about the school in terms of the energy of our school. The students did this, and it took 2 months to do it.
Yeah.
The energy, the water use. We looked at the biodiversity of the school. We looked at the quality of air. We looked at a lot of different themes related to eco-related. So the students carried out this audit, trying to look at these different things. And then from that, they chose things that they're interested in. The high schoolers, they're going to be focusing on the energy reduction. They have the data from the previous year and the previous months, and then they're going to start putting into action when we come back ways we can minimize energy at our school, and then we can quantifiably check that against previous data to see, are we actually doing anything? Is this something happening?
Yeah.
So for the middle school, I'm going to let Shia answer that because her and her team also gave a presentation to parents and the head of school and the administrators to say, hey, this is what we think this school needs to do.
Yeah.
So this is what we're going to do.
Shia, do you want to take it from here?
Yeah, we've been mostly focusing on composting and recycling at our school. So some of the actions that we took for recycling is we put recycling bins outside our school. So paper, plastic, and food garbage. And so the students could properly dispose of their trash. Before, there was only a recycling area in the cafeteria.
Right, okay.
But a lot of the students eat outside of the cafeteria too. So we found out that there was, I think, 7 kilograms of food waste at our school. 700 kilograms at our food waste. But when we were
trying to dispose of it, or trying to do something with it?
200 kilograms of food waste that were just disposed in regular bins.
Right.
So, like, now that we know, so it's more properly disposed. And in the future, we're also planning to make a composting bin at our school. Some challenges for that is that, like, there's so much food waste at our school, so we can't compost all of it.
Right.
We found out that the compost at our school goes to a landfill and gets burned. And so we're going to start really small and see how it goes and then maybe expand with that.
Yeah.
But we're not exactly sure what to do with the meat that's in it because then all the flies are going to come. So those are some of the challenges that we had to face.
And you'll be able to learn that as you're doing it in the process of the the composting project. I want to just briefly as well, because I'm very aware of the time. You are nominated as one of 15 finalists for the Young Green Leaders Award. This is a global project, right? Can you tell us very quickly, what is that about?
So the Young Green Leaders Award is a 1-year scholarship to the Green School Bali. And I did my project about trying to reduce trash at our school and doing I do a beach cleanup every Sunday.
Wow.
So I did my project on that.
That's fantastic. Congratulations. We will keep our fingers crossed for you. It's time for us to say goodbye. I'm so sad that, time flies. Really, it's whenever you're in the studio talking about something that is so interesting, it just kind of slips away. I'm going to offer you just a quick bye-bye. If you've got any final shout-outs to family or friends for today. Jill, I'll start with you.
Okay, so to the ISB community, our challenge is to join the EcoClub. Come and join us.
I love it. Is that it?
That's it.
That's you? I like that. Brief, very short and sweet. Thank you. Brent, how about you?
I would actually like to give a shout out to my eco supervisors who actually, behind the scenes, they make things happen. That's Pamela Love and GJ Johnson. Thank you guys very much. Sitting to my right, Jill Vaughn and Nikki Vaughn, her daughter. And also Carol Lesser. Thank you very much, guys. You guys make these things happen. I also like to give a shout out to, not really a shout out, but just the Busan community to just be more aware of your consumption. Just think about it. Not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to throw it out there to encourage you and challenge you to be aware of all things environmental.
Love it. Thank you. Shia, I'll end with you.
I'd like to give a shout out to the middle school eco club, Teo, Darsh, Kathy, Elaine, and Kate.
just it's fine. You didn't forget. It was just in there. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. From beach cleanups to composting to Young Green Leaders Award. It's really, really inspiring to see that there's young people out in the community doing these things for our environment, and the future looks bright.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. See you soon.